Hi everyone, welcome to the channel for new battle report. This is the last game of the Winter Siesta tournament. We played, I don't remember the name of the team, but I was paired against Dries from Belgium, who is playing Ogre, and I recall that before this game we already had 2 solid wins in the round, so we were in a comfortable situation before my game. This is the list I was playing, so still the same than the previous battle report, I would say. I made some small change from time to time, but you were able to follow that, so I don't think I need to go into further details. And for my opponent, he was playing the following list. We have Master Pyromancy, we have Mammoth Hunter with Eldritch Inscription and Rotten Jaw to make the Tricky Eater rerolling Ambush, which makes a lot of sense. Then we have the Can BSB with Iron Fist, Crown of the Wizard King to get an additional spell. 8 Bruisers, 7 Tribesmen, 6 Tribesmen in core, so 3 mid-size unit, some more mid-size unit in special with Merkvets, Tusker Cav, then 2 small darts of Bombardier, 2 small unit of Yetis as well. So you see MSU/MMU type of list, lot of resources on the table, lot of scoring, which is definitely the trend under Season Pack 2. We were playing Divide and Conquer, so the 4-quarter with Bottleneck. He has Ambush, he has fast units, so he's able to threaten all over the board. I felt the primary should be to his advantage because he's going to still have some board control and more so ever, the lot of scoring, lot of mobility, ability to go quickly into my quarters, while for me it's harder for me to claim board control, at least early on. I need some time, I need to do some damage before claiming the map. That's the way ID works, at least my type of list works, and I know that type of primary can be challenging for Infernal Dwarves. I got Assassinate, he won the role, obviously, was Defender, got Conserve the Numbers, was the auto win. You're going to hear me all season long complain about that. And I got Assassinate, which was doable to get his Hunter. It's just Tirade basically when the opponent is starting with, most of the case auto win, while you have to battle for yours. That's just, for me, an annoying feeling. Path to victory, Infernal Dwarves, range damage, definitely manage properly his ambush and then activate counter push. And for him, I think being aggressive is definitely a way to go. Board control, he has, I think, 2 ways to go at it. Either he's really able to attack me and go for a more open game, or he can go for more control and try to focus on the primary. I think that would be the 2 paths. Infernal Dwarves starting, I felt I could get some board control and challenge for the primary. If he starts, he could get into a more open, volatile game and put pressure on me and get a clear advantage on the primary. That was my feeling. Still, that being said, I think here Defender was really good in this game, you will see. And it's often the case, I feel. Situation in the round, like I said, we got already 2 big wins. So I felt my opponent had to take some risk. The estimation of the matchup, I felt pretty good about the matchup. I think I have tools to cause him problems from distance, and then in close combat it's not so easy for him to engage. Deployment wise, he won the Defender, and I was pretty surprised with his pick because I would have picked exactly the same if I won Defender, if I talk about the side and the type of deployment. I think it would have been much harder for me to be top, to have the impassable and to have the 2 flank to defend, if you think about his mobility. But he felt maybe he wasn't going to attack that much, so that's the reason why he picked that. So I dropped everything for first turn. I made a big of a plan to counter his ambush, so I have a Kadim Chariot left, I have Lugars here that have the aim to push on the strong flank, then my 2 units of Levies, another unit of Lugars, my Bastion that's going to score this part, another Kadim Chariot to zone in the back, my Slave to block the ambush, and on the right my Bull to block his Hunter basically. His Hunter scouted vanguarded here, then you have Yetis on the right, you have the Tusker together with 7 Tribesmen, the 3 Bombardier in the front, 6 Merkvets, all the Bruisers with the 2 characters in it, and on the left 6 more Tribesmen, 3 Bombardiers that have a very safe spot here behind. I think that's maybe a reason why he picked that side. He has good ability to hide his unit behind hill, behind house, use the wall, use the forest as cover, so he has a clear path to play a standoff game and hide a bit from my damage. So maybe that was his game plan. Not the best, I think, to attack and put me in trouble, but if he planned to stay at range, that's definitely a way to go. And on the far left, some more Yetis. My turn 1, I push up the board, push the Nafta forward, the rocket as well, minimize everything, so I'm able to push a bit up the board. But still, I have to prepare for his ambush to come up. So I push a little bit my Lugars, but still want to keep, because I can expect that he can come up on one part of the board with maybe 3, and I need to be ready for 3 ambushes. Magic Phase gets Pyroflow in the Mercvets, do 3 wounds, Fireball got Dispel, 3 dice against 3, and Bowshot I do 1 wound and a token, most importantly on his Bruiser block. His turn 1, he push a little, he starts to maneuver, you see, towards this flank, showing me that he's not going to go aggressive, he's going to play more tactical about it and focus on the primary. In the Magic Phase, I Dispel Tidal Flame, he got Pyroflow, do some damage on my Vassal Levies, kill 6 of them. My turn 2, I prepare for the ambush, turn around, I felt he's so far away from me, not going to attack, so I could turn around my Lugars. I made a small mistake by moving multiple times my Chariot. I left a gap here, which I intended to close, but I wasn't so careful about it, you will see next turn. And yeah, I debated, should I push the Lugar more, should I push them more or not. I think the right play would have been to push Lugar straight, to get into a position where I'm already close to his zone, because he has a lot of ability to block me from entering into this quarter. But I felt at the same time, if he enters with 3 Kineater here, a single Chariot might not be enough to get rid of him, and then I have to manage with Vassal Levies. So I had a bit of an overcharge problem of my Lugars. They had the purpose to score, but they had the purpose to block his ambush as well. And you cannot do both. So I needed to make a choice. And I think here, maybe didn't do the best choice here with the Lugars. I think the right decision was to push towards his half of the board, get as close as possible to make sure I can score here, and score here. Because you see, that's going to be where the game is decided. My quarter, my opponent is not going to achieve it. You see the quarter like that. And his quarter the same. It's going to be very hard for him to achieve. So definitely, yeah, not the best. Same, turning around the Lugars, I think not the best case as well. I was afraid he would go with multiple ambushes into this zone, but at the same time, I'm not so threatening a push forward. You see, these tribesmen are pretty free to push towards me, so not the best as well. So yeah, some small issue here, you will see, and it's going to have an impact. Pyroflow into the Bruisers, do 4 wounds with the token, expected a bit more. Rocket Battery managed to do 8 wounds to those guys here, so that was very good job from the Rocket Battery. And that's about it. His turn 2, every Kineater enters the board. This one is out of angle, unfortunately. I will have to charge with the Lugars and lose precious time. Annoying, very annoying for me. No, I didn't do 8 wounds. Where did I do 8 wounds? I didn't do 8 wounds. I did 6 wounds, I think, with the Rocket Battery. Why 8 wounds? Yeah, okay. 6, 7, 8. No, 8 wounds. Okay. All good. So he pushes the tribesmen. I don't recall if they were in my half of the board or not. I couldn't recall that. But you see, the position of those guys turning around allowed him to do that. And that's a bit of an issue for me, definitely. Maybe I should have changed also the position between those 2 guys. Then the Lugars could have been higher. So yeah, I had some structural issues, positional issues here. But anyway, he comes off, so he chaffed me to avoid me going into his zone. Makes sense. He makes a bait and is ready to countercharge me with his Hunter. He pushes the Yetis as well and push the Bombardiers as well. Those Bombardiers, they go hide here to score safe, because I was into cover, so he felt, yeah, let's just score safely and not get any range damage at me. Magic Phase, he got a Pyroflow into my levies, kill 2, got Tidal Flame, 4 dice against 4, and managed to shaken those guys. I failed the Leadership 9, which is very annoying, obviously. And that's about it. My turn 3. So I charge all 3 Kineaters, basically to get them. I push my Lugar to get his tribesman, in case he would charge me. I position my Bastion, I charge with the Bull as well. I make some calculation, I shouldn't be not too bad, and I'm in range of BSB. So I want to try that out, and that's about it. In the Magic Phase, so I'm not able to get my Lugars into his zone, and that's the main problem. And the same here, his move of the tribesman was to block my guys to go into his zone. I remember that. So I think he wasn't in my zone, but I couldn't be in his zone due to this move, which was the main issue here. So well played from him. Pyroflow does 3 wounds into the Yetis. Here he managed to pass his 8 leadership check. Then I get a fireball into the same Yetis. I do 0 wounds. Naphtha thrower could shoot at those guys under the token, but I roll a 1. Rocket battery then had to shoot at them, managed to do 4 wounds, so there are 2 guys left. And I think with the bow shot I did some more. I kill all 3 Kineters in combat with no surprise, all flaming attack. We move to Eastern 3, charge me with the Hunter, move the Yetis close by to charge me next turn. He moves his remaining tribesmen to chaff my Lugar another turn to make it harder for me to score, but he's going to get the first point because he's into this quarter, this one, and I'm only into 2 quarters basically. And that's going to be revealing to be a costly mistake for me. Magic Face, he gets Tidal Flame into Citadel Guard, which was a mistake, did only 1 wound. Fireball into the Levies on 2 dice, managed to do 5 wounds, which was nice. And close combat, yeah, I fluff a little, should do 1 wound on average, he should do between 1 and 2 wounds. He does 2, I do 1, and I managed to pass my check. I think it was a 6 rollable, which I managed to pass. So at least that's that. I only suffered 2 wounds. Could have been worse, but now he hasn't anymore the effect of his weapon. It was first round, so roll to hit, roll to wound. So I should be winning from turn 2, so it's not too bad. My turn 4, I went into the Lugar, into his zone. I charged with the Chariot into the Kineter, the Tribesman. Here we're still in combat. Here I position my Bastion to get rid of the Yetis. I turn around I push my Lugars forward, push the Levies as well to try to bait him to charge me. And I start to be aggressive because I know I'm losing on the primary 0 to 1. So I need to provoke him into a complicated situation in order to claim back. I'm winning on point but losing on primary. And remember, he has conserved the numbers, so automatic on secondary. And I think that was his reasoning behind that. Playing on the primary, playing on the secondary, make it a safe game, is starting almost at a solid win. And I need to claim back that mountain. But mainly due to my mistake. You saw what I did turn 2 and 3. I could have done and should have done better with the Lugars on the left. In the Magic Phase, I got Dragon Roar in the combat, 4 dice against 5, so a bit lucky. And then also getting Hereditary 4 dice against 2. So I'm getting double buff into the Hunter combat. I easily take him out because of everything I have, the reroll and so on. Kill the Tribesman as well. So I get all that points, make my secondary. Rocket Battery managed to do 4 wounds into the Bruisers, and I kill the Yetis with the Bastion. So at least I'm getting some points. His turn 4, yeah, he gets into conservation mode, but at the same time being aggressive, try to get shots into my Vizier, who has 2 wounds left, try to get points, which makes sense. The rest just defend, basically, his position and his primary. He gets Fireball, kill some vassals. I think I have 1 left at this time, so that was nice. My turn. I didn't do anything against my my Vizier, hitting on 5, wounding on 4, and then I have 6 up, 5 up, so didn't do anything at least. So I can reposition my Bastion to shoot those guys, try to hide my Bull. I push the Levies to chaff and make Dragon Roar and so on, and I push the double Lugars, try to augment the threat. I don't know if I could have pushed, he could still wheel pass, so I still had to pay attention to a potential double charge of those 2 units, so I couldn't push the Lugar that aggressively, and also I wanted to jump with the Pyro, so that limited what I could do with those Lugars here. I didn't feel I can get into a better position than that, but that feels a bit passive from those guys, so I don't know if I could have achieved maybe a better position. That being said, it was always going to be hard to go into his zone by playing first, so that was a bit of an issue of starting the game. Anyway, we get into the Magic Phase. I'm going to get a Pyro Flow into the Bruisers and do a ton of damage. I do 7 wounds thanks to the token. And here I'm thinking, okay, very interesting for me because I can potentially target the character. I didn't need that much more. 7 wounds, I did 1 wound more on the big unit to be able to Rocket Battery into the character. And that's worth a lot of points. He dispelled in Tidal Flame, my 3 dice against his 4, and then Dragon Roar, 3 dice against 3, he dispelled as well. I was very close to get that. Then I shoot some 2 wounds into the Bruisers with my Rocket Battery. The Bastion does only 2 wounds into the Bombardier. which was a bad case scenario because not only I'm not provoking any panic check, meaning the bombardier can freely move and shoot at my vizier, but also he's at full shot. I didn't cancel any of his shooting. You see, on average, he should at least panic check and lose a model, which would have helped my vizier to survive, but that's not so good for me. His turn 5, he hide what's left, jump the character into the Merc, remove the bombardier to shoot at this guy, and the rest just save the points. Magic Face, I get Fireball into my levies, didn't manage to do anything. I dispel Flame, the Tidal Flame, and he fails the Pyro Flow on 3 dice, meaning my little guy here is still alive. So that's really nice. I can still be annoying one more turn. Shooting, he did a wound somewhere. On my vizier. Yeah, I did a wound on my vizier. So I'm still alive, but I give away half point, which hurts. And my 6, yeah, I try to push, jump the Pyromancy to get some Pyro spell plus Dragon Roar. Try to get those points. Move the Bastion in front to be in close range. Move away with the vizier, and that's about it. I went into the ruin, but doesn't matter. I forgot about height 5. Don't get any cover from the ruin, so doesn't matter at all. And then the Magic Face, he dispelled Dragon Roar, he dispelled Pyro Flow. I roll 1, 2, 2, 2, so fail. Very annoying. The Bastion kills the Bombardier, so at least now I did roll. You see the odds, I did roll 7 wounds, so this time I was, 6 wounds, so I was quite lucky. No, 7 wounds, yeah, 7 wounds, so I did roll pretty high. And Rocket Battery then could shoot at Bombardier, and but I still had half points, so in case I would be very lucky, I could have got all the points, but I didn't manage to. I did only 2 wounds. That was my reserve, was also to shoot before at them to get them, but I didn't need to because the Bastion overperformed this time. And here's 6, nothing crazy. I try to shoot, won't get any points, and he just kills and get the points of the levies. So I took plenty of stuff, Tribesman, 3 Keen-Eaters, Hunter, 3 Bombardiers, half the Bruisers, 2 Yetis. He got half my Vizier and 1 of levies. Secondary draw because he got auto conserve the numbers, and I took his Hunter out, and Divide and Conquer, I lost it on turn 3. Wasn't able to claim back, and I didn't realize soon enough how important that turn 3 scoring would be. And I had huge issue then to claim that back, and basically -3 hurts a lot and moves the score from 13 to 10. So yeah, 10-10 at the end. Starting, but having to wait 2 turns for the ambusher. I'm not so sure starting was that good to consider the fact that I needed to defend for ambushers. Obviously the first roll for defender was quite nice in this game, was worth a point of secondary, and definitely very interesting in terms of cutting the map the way you want, and also playing the drop game, maybe playing second rather than first. So I think here, yeah, first important roll. I misplayed the primary. I think I lacked a clear target for scoring on the left to say, okay, that unit is going to score. I wanted to do too many things with 1 Lugar unit, which was impossible. And then I ended up being slowed down enough to not be able to score the primary. And that remained to be a very costly mistake. Ogre Khan played on high number of scoring units and mobility. He didn't attempt to attack really. Slow me down, push the tribesmen to force me to manage them and avoid me scoring. So yeah, interesting what he did in the way of managing the primary. He didn't. What surprised me a bit, he didn't went for a more open game, considering the fact that they were already losing quite heavily after the 2 games. I expected him also to take more risk in that game, so I was a bit surprised, and we ended up at the end of the round capping. So on the team perspective, my 10 was enough. It was more frustrating for me to not be able to really convert a positive matchup into a win, definitely. And yeah, at the end you saw the Bastion action and so on. Guys, that's all for this tournament. Thanks out to my Spanish friend for organizing this tournament. As always, it's very cool to have all these online events going on from Erkenork, and also I think Grandis Albo is involved. But yeah, those guys organizing the tournament online, very cool, because we have games to play against people from all around the world, and that's really, really nice. So thanks a lot to them. That's all for this tournament. We ended up being, I think, 6, and I think the Slav squad did win the tournament because they won or drew against Belgium towards the end. I recall they won the tournament, so congrats to them. They beat us round 3, so congrats to them for the win of the tournament, and we are starting soon the new one, April's Fool, so you will see soon battle report from the next online Spanish tournament. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching, talk to you soon on channel, goodbye, take care.